This on? This is on. Hello everyone, how you doing? Yeah, this live video, is, about, what people may have saw on Twitter. Yeah, because, let me tell you something. It's about these people who think it's okay to, spread misinformation, spread lies and everything like that. Because, they try to say, oh, we was just kidding. See, that's the problem with people these days. Especially in UMass Nation, UMass Amherst Nation. They think it's okay to say what they want, do what they want, like it's 2004, when it's no longer 2004. It's 2020 right now. No, halfway to 2021. But let me tell y'all something. I wasn't all angry at those grown men, so-called UMass alums. I wasn't all angry at them. I'm just telling them. I said, listen, y'all gotta watch yourselves. And I told them that, posting misinformation and lies about others on social media can be dangerous. I'm like, there's enough misinformation out there as it is. Especially involving politics. They try to say I sound like Trump and all that in the tweets. They're going to try to say I'm angry and all that. I'm like, how can you tell if somebody's angry on the other side of the computer? Really, how can you tell somebody's angry on the other side of the computer? You don't see any exclamation points, do you? So how can you tell? What are you, a psychic? You think so? Because they all started that because folks asked me, why did UMass Athletics did not show Black Santa on the big screen at the last game of 2018? And I said, I don't know. No, I wasn't worried about it. I don't let that get to me. But you can't blame others for being concerned like that. Especially UMass Amherst being one of the racist capitals in the nation. But like I said, I wasn't worried about that, but folks automatically assumed that I'm talking about I said all that. Like, freeze. That's another problem with some people in UMass Nation. They jump to conclusions way too easily. Way too easily. That crazy dude said, more and more people saying Josh is better online. No, I'm trying to set that guy. What I'm doing is setting that guy straight and said, look, I didn't say all that. Someone else did. I'm just repeating what was asked to me and all that. And then he trying to say, oh, we're just kidding. We're just playing. Even that Curry Hicks cage on Twitter. We're just kidding. I can tell you, that did not come off as a joke. That did not. And it's always a joke all of a sudden. It always is. And I know they're going to start asking questions or making stupid, comments about my mask and all that when I wear that to protect myself and others around me. They're probably going to do that. Who knows? Because obviously it's required in Massachusetts. And I'm sure it's required in other 49 states. But seriously, that's why I've been on that guy's case. Say, you better watch yourself. You better, because, tweeting, misinformation and, spreading lies about others on social media can be dangerous. Because I was telling that guy, I said, look, this is where spreading lies about others on social media can lead to. I showed him that part, on Chicago PD, where, how Sergeant Hank White, tortures people in the interrogation, in the cage. You saw how he does in Chicago PD. He said, oh, that's all made up. I said, maybe made up, but see, I told you. That, spreading lies about people and misinformation, that can lead to that. That's why I'm telling you how dangerous it was. And I even told this guy. I was walking to the Green Line station, to the East Charlie Heath Street, and then, I was walking past the school and people started fighting, these kids. And all that. These kids, I don't know if they were middle school kids or elementary school kids, we just started fighting. Then myself as well as five others, we broke up the fight. We did, but I asked the kids, what happened? What started this fight? And this one kid said this person that got beat up has been talking trash about this person on Facebook and all that, blah blah blah, saying all this and that. I'm like, really? And the other kid said it's all lies about him. I was like, oh. And I had to talk with those kids and said, look, guys, I don't know why kids your age are on Facebook or any other social media website. I'm like, y'all too young to be on those websites. And see, this is why stuff like that is for adults, 18 and up. I'm like, not trying to like offend y'all or anything, but seriously, y'all gotta stay off those websites. You know, there's other websites you can look into, like, you know, emails and stuff like that. And I know I see you have like those more smartphones, but use it wisely. All right, kids. I told them like stay in school, just be cool. Now, if you see anything wrong, if you see any kind of abuse, I told them, you know, tell your parents, teacher, or any adult you trust. That's all you gotta do. Just let them know. Yeah, if you witness any kind of abuse. And I talk with the kids and everything. They said, "Will do." And one of them came to me and said, "Hey, man, thanks." He said, "You really taught me on life lessons." I said, "I'm proud to." I said, "All right, so, just go home. That's all you gotta do. Stay in school, keep your grades up, and you'll be just fine." That's why I talk to those kids. But then, as far as that kid who likes to spread lies and everything about others on social media, he thinks I'm just like crazy and all that, making it up. I'm like, a lot of people at UMass Nation are like that. Always assume people make things up. They label everything as a rant and a ramble. And like, even when I expressed my opinions about former UMass football coach Mark Whipple, who is now at the University of Pittsburgh, some crazy whack job said I was ranting, in my opinion. But then two Phil hockey alum, they came roaring at that guy. They shamed him, they criticized him for saying I was ranting, telling that guy I was entitled to my opinion and all that. Because all this entitlement. Because first of all, that was a bad call. That should have been pass interference. But to use the word rape in a sports play, that's not the right kind of word to use. Especially in the Time's Up Me Too era. But really, people, a lot of people in UMass Nation need to get this shit together. They do. UMass and Amherst need to get this shit together. Excuse my French. And look at all that racist attack recently happened on Zoom. Someone's being called a racial slur. And like some people in Amherst, when I was talking about when I overheard, two Asian kids saying they were being profiled at a bloody blowout party, and one person thought I was talking about the police that was detailing the party. I'm like, what the hell? But like I said, it's not just African Americans, that's being profiled at the UMass Amherst campus. Like I said, the Hispanics, the internationals, the Asians. I'm like, because one Asian person that went to UMass, you know what he said to me? He said when he was going to school there, he said they called him and his friend triads. I was like, what? Did they really say that to you? And he said, yes. I said, that's disgusting right there. That is just straight up evil. It makes you wonder what the Chancellor Kamala Kuviswamy is enrolling nowadays. And then also that thing with the whole Nazi thing, like the Jewish student putting a sign on the door that says, F Nazis, you're not welcome here. And when they told her to take the sign down, the whole world accused UMass Amherst of being pro-Nazis, but then they reversed it, but then all of a sudden they just want the F word down. That's all they gotta say is cut out the F word. But seriously, some people in UMass Nation are straight up messed up in the head. Because I was just telling the kid, the dangers, or an adult, wherever he is, because he's acting like a child. But like I said, the dangers of posting and spreading lies and misinformation about all this on social media, because that can be dangerous. I'm like, there's already enough misinformation out there as it is, with the pandemic going on, about the stimulus check and all that, unemployment. Because like I said, misinformation can be dangerous. It can be. But a lot of people don't think I'm just like, ranting and all that. Saying that people who listen to me are dumber. See, that's what happens when you have garbage in UMass Nation. Garbage like that. Saying people are dumber for listening to me. See, that's why I call people like that garbage. They are. And people who say who I rant, I call them garbage as well. Trash. Because I also told them that telling people not to listen always have consequences. I'm like, look what happened out there at the University of Utah. No one listened to Lauren or anyone that complained about her ex-boyfriend, continuing to harass her, stalk her, blackmail her, sextort her. And come October 22nd, 2018, she was on the phone with her mom. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, she hears, no, 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 no. Drops her phone. Her dad calls 911 in Salt Lake City. They search the woods all over campus. And then pop, pop, shots fired, shots fired. And also, they went through all the campus. They found her, but she's already dead. According to the autopsies, Lauren McCluskey, who was a former track and field star at the University of Utah, was shot 9 times on campus. You see that? Because, see, people didn't listen. People didn't take it seriously. People were saying, telling her to stop being sensitive and all that. Because that makes me sick when people say that. When people report concerns, they get told they shouldn't be so sensitive. And yes, I'm going to say their names to wake people up. I'm going to say their names like George Floyd, Mike Brown, Tamir Rice, Freddie Gray, Rodney King, Trayvon Martin, and all the rest. I'm going to say their names to wake everyone up. When it comes to, unarmed civilians being treated like shit by law enforcement, and people who have become victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, as well as dating violence, and survivors as well. I stand up for them as well, and I said, listen, enough with the victim blaming. Enough is enough. But like I said, you got a bunch of garbage saying that thread is the weirdest in UMass Twitter history. That's all garbage. That ain't the weirdest. Because, let me tell you something. There's nothing weird, there's nothing abnormal on telling people the dangers of spreading lies and misinformation about others on social media. I'll say it again. There's nothing weird, there's nothing abnormal about telling others the dangers of spreading lies and misinformation on social media. Like I said, it can be very dangerous. It can be. That's why I told these people, you gotta watch yourselves. Seriously. Because you never know how people are gonna retaliate. You never know. But they can just talking and all that. But one of these days, they're gonna learn the hard way and get hurt one of these days. That's for sure. I'm dead serious. Because they better watch themselves, better watch what they post on social media. No one's gonna get them in trouble. They're gonna also get them hurt. Not saying I'm going to do any of that crazy stuff. I'm not going to do any of that crazy stuff at all, but one of these days, they're going to tick off the wrong person. Oh, yeah. That's why I told these people on Twitter, you better watch yourselves. And they're probably going to, make a big thing about my mask and everything because I'm protecting myself as well as those around me. Nothing wrong with that. Not to mention that Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker made it mandatory statewide, although people are not wearing it because they're selfish. And I know some people don't wear it for medical reasons, but hey, I wear it. And the reason why I wear this kind of mask because see, when I'm sweating, it doesn't go airborne and drops on other people. It stays on me. Everything, even with my shades on, it stays on me. And after when I take it off, I wash it right away. Because so far, I have 15 masks and 5 face shields. I have 10 more on the way. And I got a heck of a lot of gloves right there. Like what, 20 pairs of gloves? Oh yeah. And as far as large gatherings go, I think I'm gonna stay away from that a lot longer. And if you've been going to those large gatherings, get yourself tested for COVID-19. Because Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker said there are free pop-up site testing areas where you can get tested. He made it free. You can look on the website. Hey, I agree with Charlie Baker on that one. If you've been going to the protests and demonstrations, get yourself tested. That's all you gotta do, get yourself tested. And if you're going to demonstrations and everything like that, that is your First and 14th Amendment. But make sure you wear a mask, wear gloves, make sure you have hand sanitizers in handy. Drink plenty of water, make sure you have plenty of water. I'm sure that people are going to hand out water bottles of water at the rallies and stuff. Also, respect other people's personal space. Don't take pictures of others without consent. And most definitely do not provoke the cops that's detailing it because they're protecting you from counter-protesters as well as white supremacists that have threatened the Black Lives Matter group. It's already bad enough that Black Lives Matter organizations been labeled as terrorists and a hate group. No, because Black Lives Matter organization is not a terrorist or a hate group. They're not. Because it all started with, first Eric Garner and Mike Brown. That's all it started with. 2 people dying for no reason. I'm like, they might have their fair share of problems, but they didn't deserve to die. Especially the most recent one in Atlanta, Georgia. Didn't have to do that. But seriously, people, y'all better watch yourselves. Especially those people I'm talking about on Twitter. You better watch yourself. I'm telling you. You keep doing all that stuff, you're gonna find yourselves in trouble. Oh yes, you will. I'm not lying. You're gonna find yourselves in trouble if you keep it up. Oh yeah. Cause you probably think I'm laughing and all that. I'm not laughing. I'm being serious. I know you're probably laughing at me. Those 2 people I'll talk to on Twitter. And those other people, especially the other guy I told to stay in his lane. He doesn't know what the threat is about. I said, hey, if you really don't know what the threat is about, then you should have stayed in your lane in the first place. That's what I told the guy. But this is about setting the record straight here. Like I said, I don't know what the problem was. I wasn't worried about it, but then, you know how a lot of people in UMass Nation like to twist other people's words up and all that. Like, especially UMass Athletics and Ryan Bamford, I would like to twist words up just to protect reputation. Oh, yeah. See, I like to keep it civil. I do. Keeping it civil is what I do. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, but anyways, what time is it right now? Half hour. Well, I gotta tune out now because I gotta ready for Law and Order SVU. And no, they cannot cancel that show, especially if it tells people that this show is fictional and it does not reflect the views of the New York City Police Department. But anyways, it's gonna be a heat wave this Father's Day weekend. And happy early Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Oh, I know you hear the background. Let's groove tonight. Yeah, but like I said, just be safe out there, everyone. Watch yourselves, especially on social media. Stay cool, stay hydrated. If you see somebody look like they're exhausted or dehydrated, ask if they're okay, but please be sure that you're at least 6 feet away from them. If you see no response, pick up your phone and call 911. Don't approach them and nothing. And like I said, if you're going to demonstrations, all that, afterwards, make sure you get yourself tested for COVID-19. Make sure you get tested. Alright? But other than that, everyone, be safe. Stay cool, stay hydrated. And if your house or apartment has an AC, take advantage of it. That's all. But if you still want to go out, jog, bike, daily walks like I do, make sure you drink plenty of water and sports drinks. Yeah, don't drink any soda, don't drink any fruit punch, anything like that. Water and sports drinks like vitamin water, Powerade, and Gatorade. That's the stuff right there. That's the stuff I drink. I gotta lay off this. That's what I do. Lay off the soda. But anyways, be safe, everyone, and happy early Father's Day to all the fathers out there.